What's up, guys? This is Adam from esports7.com, and I'm here with KillerKai. How you doing today, man?
Oh, I'm doing great. I just won my pool, so the first stressful part is over, and then now the real turn is about to begin.
All right, man. So walk me a little bit through your matches. Was there anything tough? Any notable things happen?
Yeah, actually, my second round, I fought Mabushin from Japan, and so he was up 2-1 on me, and then I'm like, oh god, am I about to go down a loser's second round? And so luckily for me, I tightened it up, and yeah, managed to run back and won 3-2. So yeah, I mean, they're tough matches like all over every single pool, and looks like he just won. So he made it out in losers, but yeah, it's like can't sleep on anyone.
Yeah, basically, man, the Evo's always like that place where crazy upsets happen. Did you enter any other games or like Street Fighter 5, things like that?
I actually entered Street Fighter 5. I'm supposed to be at my pool right now. I'm kind of debating whether or not I should go, just because my focus has been on Marvel, and so yeah, it's I made it out of Street Fighter 5 in losers. Like, I hadn't really practiced the game in the last 2 months, but I was just kind of going off of just pure fundamentals and experience. And yeah, but right now, I think I'm just going to focus on Marvel.
Okay, all right. Now, everyone knows Marvel is not in the greatest state of the game right now. How are you feeling about the community in its current state at the moment? A lot of people are saying this might be the last time it's at Evo, things like that. How are you feeling?
I've always said, as long as there are strong players who want to compete still, who are competing at the highest level, Marvel will never die, because you're always going to have high-level matches. Now, granted, we're not getting the same numbers as before, because people who played Marvel just casually aren't really wasting their time with it anymore. Right. And now the guys that are left are just the cream of the crop. So yeah, competition has been stronger than ever, and yeah, you've got these new guys coming up, like new talent, like Dual Kevin, the Ryan LVs, the Terry Bogards, the Gibrils. Yeah, I mean, we always have new guys who are stepping up, like seeing the opportunity and just grabbing that brass ring.
Right. And if I recall correctly, you were at the FGT pre-Evo tourney, right?
I was, yes.
Yes. So obviously that was a really high-level tourney. I'm sure you got a lot of training in. What other things have you done besides that to train? Anything different that you did this year than you did in previous years? I know Tasty Steve likes to joke all the time. You're under that waterfall, meditating and all that. So
yeah, I mean, for training specifically for Evo, well, after Northwest Majors, I basically decided I would focus on Marvel. So I took like about a month off from like playing anything competitively for after Northwest Majors, and so about a month ago, I just went full force into Marvel. I got people over to my house, Clockwork, Cloud, like all the good players from SoCal. I played with Chris G some just to keep my game sharp, and then I would go to FGTV as well, practice with F-Champ and Ray, all those guys. So yeah, just because I'm basically at the stage of the game where anything else I learned with like the characters I'm playing like isn't going to be anything new. Like, I'm not going to learn a whole lot of new things. Like, I'm basically plateaued, and now it's just about executing and like just tightening my game. So yeah.
All right, so having said that, how confident are you feeling going into this tournament now that you're out of pools and all that? Do you feel like this is the run where you make top 8, or is this the run maybe you win the entire thing? How are you feeling?
Let's take it one step at a time first. Like, yeah, I feel like right now, like my bracket is pretty honest. It's like I don't have to play anyone like any of the gods or like any like big major winners up until top 32. So yeah, I'm just gonna take it one set at a time and just keep reaching for that Evo medal. So
right. And outside the game, from what I understand, a lot of people think you're one of the most interesting people in the fighting game community, given what your job is. You've done martial arts, you've done like stuntman stuff, right? How do you kind of balance doing all of that with trying to be a top competitor?
Well, luckily for me, it's actually I went full force in Marvel the first time at a time. It was a very interesting time for me in that I was just kind of in a transition, and then I wasn't getting I just dropped my representation. So in terms of like film and entertainment stuff, I wasn't like getting a whole lot of like extra jobs for like television film, but I was like still getting jobs for commercials. So money was stable, and then I had a whole lot of free time. And then that's when I said, okay, Combo Fiend's willing to teach me, I'm going to play Marvel. And so then I basically set my foundation there, and then when work started getting up again, like it was easy for me to just take what I already learned and balance it with what I was doing then. So
all right, well, what are you doing now? Did you maybe get back into the more film and stuff like that, or are you kind of focusing and staying where you were?
Right now, I've been getting more involved behind the scenes. I've been working as an editor, sometimes as a casting director, or as in production, like various jobs. Yeah, when I first started in the industry, I actually had to teach myself a whole bunch of different skills just to stay active. Because if you're just like doing on-camera stuff and you're not going to do any work. So yeah.
Well, initially, from what I understand, were you trying to just be an actor? Like, what was your goal from the beginning kind of part?
Honestly, I just wanted to work in action cinema, so that was always my dream. Like either as a stunt performer, a fight choreographer, or God willing, an actor. But yeah, but it's like there's only so much that's under your control, and so yeah, I just wanted to stay as like active as I could in the industry, and yeah, it's got me a good amount of work, and yeah.
Well, from what I understand, that's not a very easy thing to do. Like, there's a lot of hurdles that you have to jump, obstacles that you have to get over. Was it really difficult for you? Was there a lot of hardships? I mean, kind of describe that journey, because that's not something that a lot of people hear about,
Yeah, it's everyone goes through those phases where it's like you think maybe I should just quit and get that 9 to 5, and then like for me, luckily, every time I hit that part, it's like I would book something else. Like, and this year I actually ended up working like probably my biggest job in an AT&T commercial, and then that basically paid for all my trips, all my tournament majors that I traveled to. Because if you've been paying attention to me, like the last 10 years, I never traveled to the East Coast. Like I like to save money. I'm not very spendthrift, and so. This year when I booked that commercial, it's like a whole bunch of money my way. I'm like, okay, I mean, I could afford to travel a little more. Why not just, take the time to do so?
Right. And of course, another thing you're known as a martial artist. How does that play into like the role in your life, whereas besides the competition and your job and things like that?
Well, I mean, it helped teach me like how to focus on my goals. Right there we have Takumi. Yeah, it's like, it's martial arts basically taught me how to like just go through struggles, like go through pain, deal with hardships, and yeah, just keep fighting for your goals. I mean, I became a fan of fighting games because I love martial arts, and so like I would compete my hardest like every time I was injured from competing in martial arts, because it was a great way to kill time, and it was a great way to just get my competitive satisfaction. So yeah.
I'm a pretty big martial arts fan, so I got a couple questions for you. But before we get to that, I just want to ask you. So you said that doing martial arts, being in that environment is what inspired you to play fighting games. Not a lot of people are like that. A lot of people find the fighting games first. How did maybe your martial arts background affect the way you saw fighting games? Do you think it was any different than maybe some other players saw it?
Not really. It's like I loved action films. I love action cinema. So when we saw fighting games, it's like, oh yeah, two people fighting one-on-one. It's like, yeah, I love that. Like I definitely want to play this. So yeah.
So what martial arts are you doing?
Well, over the years, I started with Taekwondo, like most other kids did. Then I studied Wing Chun, and then I've done some Wushu. When I was in Taiwan, I studied with a judo team out there, so I learned some judo. And then nowadays, I just dabble in about everything, because like everyone in the stunt industry like knows like 10 different styles, and so basically like I'm at the point where I have no real style. I'm just like doing whatever they teach me.
Right. And you said that you're doing, at least you did competitions. Are you still doing that? What kind of competitions are we talking here? Like MMA or a specific like
Taekwondo? Actually, what's funny was when I was graduating college, I was at a crossroads as to whether or not I wanted to pursue action cinema or pursue MMA, and then I had my answer granted to me from God. So like for lack of a better term for it, but I was rolling with this guy, and so he was about 50 pounds heavier than me, and he was still kind of new. Right. And then he takes me down, trips on me, and then falls on top of me, and I land on my shoulder, and out goes my shoulder. So at that point, I said, maybe I'm just better off like not competing, and or maybe not training with guys who lack a little bit of control. And so yeah, like I haven't looked back since.
Okay, all right. Now you are playing. What would you say your goal is right now? Obviously, you want to play as well as you can, but do you feel that hunger inside you that, I want to be the best at Marvel still? Or do you feel like right now you're just trying to play, have fun, do the best you can, but keep that community alive, things like that?
Well, I mean, every time I do something in life, my goal has always been to train, to dedicate myself to the point where my goal is to be the best in the world at what I do. And, because there are so many things I do and, so much competition, I'm going to fail miserably. I've already accepted that, but that doesn't mean I can't go out swinging. But for EVO this year, obviously my goal is top 8. I mean, I've been to every EVO for the last 15 years and competed in so many tournaments, and that's that one accolade that's always escaped me. I want that EVO medal. So, yeah.
Best of luck, man. But I have to ask you now. All right, so big action cinema fan, right? Okay, so top three movies, if you can name your favorites, what would you say they would be? I know I have some personal favorites, but I'd like to hear yours.
Okay. Wow, this is like picking between children, but Ip Man, of course.
Okay, original?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, all right, I'm going to refrain from using any more Donnie Yen movies because just to keep some variety. Fist of Legend.
Okay, that's good. Great remake.
Yeah, and God, okay. All right, I'm trying to think of either Jackie Chan or Scott Adkins or Bruce Lee. Which one? Okay. I'm gonna have to go with Police Story from Jackie Chan. Yes.
Original?
It's tough picking between 1 and 2, but I'm gonna have to give the nod to the original.
I mean, those are all good picks. I do have to admit, I'm a bit surprised you didn't say The Raid or anything like that.
Oh, I love The Raid. Like, The Raid definitely changed the game, so it modernized it a little bit. But, you know, like I said, it's trying to pick between children. Raid would definitely be within my top 10, like out of like what, thousands and thousands of films I've seen.
Right. If you had it your way, what would you actually be like? If like, you know, you had like a genie or something like that, would you want to be the actor? Would you want to be the action choreographer?
Personally, yeah, I was actually presented with the same question like at a stunt seminar the other day, and so then I literally froze. Like the coordinators are like, okay, those of you who want to be actors go to the left, and the people want to be coordinators go to the right, and I literally just stood there. I'm like, but yeah, it's like I would personally be happy with either. So yeah.
All right, man. I don't have anything else to say to you. Do you have any words you want to say to your fans? Shout-outs you want to give? How can your fans follow you?
All right. Well, I'm on Twitter at @Eliverling. That's my full name. No spaces, no underscores. Yeah, just want to say thank you all for supporting me all these years. It's been one hell of a ride, and yeah, I hope you continue to support me in whatever else I do. Thanks for everything.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned to esportsheaven.com for more coverage of EVO 2016. We'll see you guys.